Oh, I get it. Greenville Pickens, Ralph Earnhardt the winner. And Columbia Speedway, Ralph Earnhardt also the winner. '1966 Spring Championship. Ooh, I
Dog.
heard of that guy. What?
Have you ever seen this game before? Dog, look at the guy in the car.
Jerry Cook and Beaver Dragon. Ooh.
This game is graphic.
I just saw the 2,000-mile-an-hour fastball.
Dog, how is he moving a log all by himself?
I don't know, Doug. Everybody's dead or passed out.
Yep, there it is. I have to put it down here, and there's one in front too. And the ignition of those vehicles needs to be.
Doug, I don't even understand how this crash happened.
Okay, well, we're gonna try. We are gonna try. We're probably gonna have to do that with their vehicle. Ignitions first. Are you okay? You got a log in the face. That looks really bad, dude. We'll turn that off. Oh my God. Okay, so I don't think he's gonna live.
What game is
We're gonna
this?
try.
Called Accident.
Who needs help the most? They all do.
Considering they're all unconscious.
I click back to Tony's stream and I see some guy with an airbag in his car. I'm like, what? This isn't baseball.
Oh,
I mean, it might as well
this guy
be
has a...
the way this season's going.
The fucking... It penetrated his shoulder.
The Red Sox are looking for a win in their 5th straight game.
So where are we at in the
Hello,
season?
everybody,
It's
and
kinda
welcome.
cool,
Dwight Kuiper here, along with
We
Mike
are
Krukow on a great night for
mid-August,
EA Sports MVP
and
Baseball.
We are 8.5 games
Taking
back.
the mound to start the game,
Of
Brad
the division or the
Halsey.
wild card?
The division.
Welcome to this
It's a wild card
American
in play?
matchup
The
featuring
wild
the
card is a
Boston Red
lost
Sox
cause.
and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, so the division's terrible again, I take it.
It's not as bad as last year. It's realistic shortstop.
The pitch. We're underway with that pitch. And a pitch high.
He threw one out of the strike zone there, hoping the batter would bite.
Oh no.
He makes a
He's on his
catch.
face.
Oh, God, he makes a great play on that line drive. Got a good read off the bat and makes the out.
Nothing we
When
can
this righty
do.
comes to the plate, he puts on a clinic.
This one is
really
beyond
feel
bad.
like it.
Pinpoint control right there. The catcher set a target on the corner, and the pitcher just hammered it for a strike.
There's a close pitch called a ball.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Swings and lifts one to right.
Doug, I think that entire
He
car is
squeezes
gone.
it for the out. Stepping in, Miguel Cabrera. This guy's got a great swing.
There we go. 3 down.
Halsey delivers a ball, 1-0.
Sometimes you try to make a hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you just saw right there.
He painted the black on the inside edge.
He's thrown 39 innings this season, and against him, hitters are hitting a respectable average of 252.
Yeah, Doug, he's going to cut the branch with that.
Cabrera
box
is
cutter.
on with 2 outs.
Doug, what time are you
This
at?
guy here is dangerous in the batter's box.
5:24:25.
Okay.
The runner at first is off. He's in there safely.
That's what happens when you let a base runner take a big lead. That was no contest. Easy bag.
Give me some services, dog.
All the services or just some of the services?
discover the cause.
That's a
Come on.
3-pitch strikeout. Here's the batting order the manager has filled out.
Arrested.
On the mound to make the start for the visiting team, Bronson Arroyo. Here's how the defense is set up.
Oh, it's a good thing you hit the tree, dog.
Against righty pitchers, the batter is nothing to write home about. It's hit out to center. Berkman should have no problem.
Made a nice pitch there to get the fly ball. Nice work.
That one's hit foul, but there's some room to make a play. It's hit out to right. He's got it.
Kipe, he didn't get all that ball. The fielder strolled up.
Dog, does it think we're stupid?
Next up, Mark Teixeira.
No, dog, he
think
is
it's
stupid.
flipped.
Yeah, dog,
Arroyo
he's
misses
an
with a
idiot.
fastball.
Guy does not have a real live fastball.
Fouled back behind the
Dog,
catcher.
there's no way you could get under that branch if it didn't fall straight off the trailer onto the car.
He put that pitch right where the catcher called for it. The batter was simply overmatched.
Oh, they spelled it different now. Jeez.
Hit towards
Ariosto.
He's got it. What a tremendous diving
Andre
play.
Fiorini, dog.
That'll do it for the Blue Jays in the first inning.
Everyone else is dead.
After one inning, no score here. Mahomes
There's only
steps
enough money
into
to pay for
play.
his orphan child's college. Wow, dog, that's
Southpaw
kind of
pitchers are
sad.
extra cautious when this guy digs in. First pitch strike, no balls and one strike. On the ground. One out.
Her son runs.
The pitch. Halsey misses, and the count is 1-0.
This pitcher has one solid pitch, and he throws it a bunch.
That's a strike with the cutter. Here's the pitch. Great pitch. He hit the corner.
He's registered one win.
It wasn't even her fault that she drove over a branch.
It's hit out to left. Makes the catch to record the
Dog,
out.
is this guy a iRacing streamer?
Yeah, dog. And Flight Sim.
And ATS? I feel like I've heard of him.
There's a strike.
His pitches consist
That's
of a
a
pretty
Russian
decent
dash
four-seam
cam.
heater, a slide piece, and a change.
Plenty of time to settle under this pop fly to right.
Got a nice pitch there to get the fly ball. Nice work.
Heading into the bottom of the second, the game is scoreless. Fly ball hit the shallow right. He's around first.
Oh,
And he's on with a leadoff double.
let's play some frog.
There's a line drive.
Oh,
He's holding third. That's an RBI single.
Cody got a ball up and just hammered it. You can't really hit a ball more squarely than that.
He pulls a ground ball to the left side. He slides hard into second base.
Partner, that's an excellent play by the second baseman. Turn two, the base runner all over him.
The next batter is Vernon Wells. This right-handed hitter is slightly above average against right-handed pitching. He's on first with a base hit.
That looks like a base hit
Dog,
from
he's gonna
second
get
to
killed
left.
by a car.
Here's a lefty that turns in solid at bats game after game. Arroyo deals a strike. The count is 0-1.
If ever they're going to steal a bag, it's right now. This guy, he really knows how to steal a bag.
That one splits the outfielders. He's around third. A run scores. That's an RBI double.
Hey, does a great job of knocking the run, and look at this, they're still threatening.
Dog, this is definitely Russia.
And it's 0-2.
God, this team really needs a big hit from this guy right here to knock in that runner from second.
Do some big old planks.
A 3-pitch strikeout. With 2 innings played, the Blue Jays lead by 2.
This team combines hitting, pitching, and good defense, and that's why they sit atop the league.
Next at the plate, Jason Varitek. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
He strikes out swinging.
3 pitches,
Swing.
3 strikes, doesn't get easier than that, partner.
Up next, Lance
Jason
Berkman.
Varitek is upset. Otherworldly being possessed me to swing.
Takes
Yes,
the
blame
pitch
God
just
for
off
your
the plate,
problems.
1-0.
Just
That
like
would be you
everyone
in this
else.
case.
Dog, these people with
Balls
Russian.
and no strikes.
That was a purpose pitch.
Jason Varitek, his post-game conference. I do everything I can to win, but God doesn't have my back.
Here's the pitch.
Dog, unlock
Takes
the
a
door.
pitch high.
Oh, you idiot. Unlock
Sometimes
the
you try
doors.
to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
He takes his base.
Hey, partner, he showed a lot of patience in that AB. He took and took until he finally got the Sweet's hands. With this guy hitting kite, the infielders should be on their toes. This guy's got some great wheels.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Dirksen lays off ball 2.
Kite, with that first baseman holding the runner on, there's a big hole in the right side of the infield. He's got to be thinking about that with the hit and run.
The ball is back, way back. That's a 2-run homer.
This guy did a great job of coming in there with a runner on base. That was a huge 2-run jack.
Stepping in, Mike Lowe.
Dog, I think he has a concussion. His left head.
And a breaking ball down low.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Dog, I know how to protect the victims from the cold. Close the doors and start the truck.
On the ground, it's hit through the hole. He's on first with a base hit. Next up, Miguel Cabrera.
Where are you guys at in this video? Don't pause it, just tell me.
The fielder is
1508,
retreating.
1509, 1510, 11, 12, 13.
Alright, close enough.
Oh, man, a pitcher loves it
So
when
you-
plays like this are made behind him.
My God, what do you do in this game? You like rescue people?
Yes.
Oh,
Strokes this one into left field. Third out, we go to the bottom of the inning. After 2.5, it's tied at 2-2. Leading off.
there's just one guy going around saving people.
This is what they call pitching.
Yeah, until the authorities show it.
Oh.
Rolled out to short.
Like they had to get him out of the car and lay him on the cold
They make
ground.
the play.
Well, the snow will keep him insulated.
What?
Davis hits this one to second. Got him.
Don't mind me, just carrying a body across the road. Whoa!
The next batter is Mark Teixeira. Pitch taken for a ball.
What?
Is that like their health in the bottom left?
That one splits the outfielder. What a catch.
That was not an easy catch at all, big boy.
Put him down like he's a hostage.
Get in your own car? What?
Out of the zone, that's a ball.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
2-0 count. It's a hitter's count, 3-0.
Jeez. Like, this is Russia.
Takes the walk.
Walks always seem to come around to hurt you. He falls behind the batter and just never gets back into the at-bat.
One on and nobody out. And he takes the fastball up high.
Ooh. That's when I hit the
Double
playground.
play situation. Pitcher's got to try and keep the ball down here to force the hitter to hit the ball on the ground.
Here's the
A
1-2.
clue? What do you have to do? Like solve what happened?
Yeah, put him in order. It's kind of dumb.
He puts it away.
Get a nice pitch there to get the fly ball. Nice work.
Jackson watches ball one.
The defense would be wise right here to move into double play depth.
Hit to center field. Wells should have no problem. Throws to the cutoff man.
Who's Michigan?
He didn't get all that ball. The fielder
Michigan?
strolled over, got under it, made an easy play.
This guy is okay against left-handed pitching. Veritek lays off the pitch high. He's batting .298 with 5 long balls and 13 RBIs. And here's the delivery right on the corner for a strike.
Great pitch in the black. Would have been a called strike even if the batter didn't swing through it.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Going into the bottom of the 4th, it's tied at 2-2. Perez is next. Arroyo with the 0-1 pitch. The pitch is hit up the middle. He reaches with a leadoff single. Here's a guy you don't want on base because he can fly.
This guy could steal a bag with the best of them. He could be going on this count.
Cody pops it up to the catcher. He makes the play. One word describes this right-handed hitter. Consistent. Swings and misses 0-1.
Kite, this runner can read pitches like nobody's business, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him try and steal a bag right here.
Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
1-2. Two and 2. No swing. He's breaking for second. There's a double
Oculus
play.
Rift.
God, they had the right idea with the hit and run call right there, but the execution was lacking. Better luck next time, Pete.
After 4, it's tied at 2-2.
What a fantastic sim.
Oh, you gonna
Good
go pro with it?
I'm pro
On occasion,
accident.
This hitter really doesn't hit for
Accident
average,
prone.
but he'll get the job done. The count's 0-1. Change-up inside for a ball. He's hitting .263 with 16 long balls and 53 RBIs. Ball. 3-1 count. He gets the base on balls.
He just loses them in that bat. That's a free pass, and we'll see if it comes back to hurt him.
Shortstop.
Breaking ball is inside.
Kipe, I know the infielders are thinking too, but they're going to need a pretty well-hit ground ball here because this guy flies out of the batter's box.
Dog, they have a prison simulator.
Dog, I was just watching that
Lash
on
to
the
the second
October video.
baseman.
Like, what game is that?
They got
Dog,
him.
do
Double
you see that?
play.
Kipe, that double play was smooth as silk,
Prisons?
just like they practice it, big boy.
Prison sim,
Dog,
dog? The prison
Next at the
sim,
plate,
dog?
Mike Lowe.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Dog, the prison's on fire.
Oh no.
Dog, which prison simulator video are we watching?
Fastball outside. Two balls and one strike.
That was a purpose pitch. A changeup off
Is
the
this what
plate,
time we're
hoping
at?
the batter would go
Yeah,
chase
dog.
it.
Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
He made the play.
That was not an easy catch at all, big boy. Great defense.
Wells digs in at the plate. Takes a pitch just off the plate, 1-0. He swiped 3 bases. Up the middle. That's another base hit.
Got a good pitch to hit right there, and he put it in the outfield for a single. Okay, this dude knows how to steal a bag.
Gotta
Now
eat
is
to
a
keep
great
your strength
power
up.
Hits a pop-up foul. Liner hit the opposite way to the left side.
Hey, that's a great play on a
This
very
is
tough
4
line drive. That's one of the
hole.
toughest balls in baseball to judge.
I have to
This
carry
guy's
4
dangerous in the
Cokes on me at all
batter's
times.
box. In fact, he's dangerous in the on-deck circle.
This guy's a prime candidate to try and swipe a bag right here.
Death row. Jeez. I suppose.
And he
Ooh.
pushes that bunt down the line.
Like, I'm surprised these doors are now locked.
Now that's how they teach the bunt. He killed it right off the end of the bat.
Dejan is ahead 1-0.
Oh, I thought he was a prisoner. Is he?
Who?
He playing as a prisoner?
No, dog. I think he's a guard.
It's hit over towards third.
Or is he not going to close the door?
Curves foul. And that one's foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Doug, what is LMB? Is that
Left mouse button.
Oh,
4 innings remaining. This contest is tied. Stepping in, 1 for 2, Miguel Cabrera.
ooh.
Get an SMG?
Doug, we got a club.
There's the pitch.
And we got Doug, we can throw some hands.
1 ball and 1 strike. Liner right at the third baseman. He beats it out.
Hey, was that some blood on the wall?
Yeah, no.
The Blue Jays have 2 righties working in the bullpen.
Ooh.
Is off. Not in time.
Oh, partner, that guy had a huge lead over there. The pitcher fell asleep and forgot all about him.
Smiling.
Pitch in tight for a ball.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
He sends a roller to the left side.
It's Phil
He's
Collins.
safe just ahead of the throw.
Hey, Jim.
There's Phil
He hung
Collins.
that one badly, and the hitter could not take advantage of it. You don't get too many chances like that one, big boy.
A 3-pitch strikeout.
He did not have a chance. Hack, miss, see ya.
As a left-handed pitcher, you don't want to miss-execute against this guy. Taken for a ball. He's going back at the track, the wall. It's gone.
Oh.
That was a great at bat. He went up there trying to drive in a run, and he ended up driving on all 3 with the long ball. This is a good move, Kite, because right-handed hitters have some trouble picking up off-speed pitches from right-handed pitchers.
Ooh, Doug, I like how it shows a crab. I didn't notice that.
Takes a pitch just off the plate, 1-0.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
In tight.
They're going to have to do something out there. Some of these pitches ain't even close.
Cheeseburgers game?
There's a line drive. He's aboard with a 1-out single.
Got a good pitch to hit right there, and he put it in the outfield for a single.
Not see the stick.
Takes a pitch just off the plate, 1-0.
Hey, partner, if the pitcher can keep the ball low in the zone, he might be able to induce a ground ball to start, too.
There we go. Doug, he's gaining the respect of the prison guards. Randy Bobay. Oh, always good.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
That's the pitcher's 4th walk of the game.
Hey, that wasn't a bad display by the pitcher. You've got to credit the batter for showing a lot of patience in working the walk. Berkman can turn out to be one of the difference makers in this game. He can produce runs like they're going out of style.
The pitch is hit to center field. He's on his way to the plate. A double and 2 RBIs.
Hey, not only did he get himself 2 RBIs on that double, but he put himself in great position to score if somebody else can get a hit.
Mini games.
Mini.
Hey, Kite, as a manager, you hate to see this guy come up. His speed makes him a constant threat. That runner on second is going to be going on anything hit on the ground to the right side. In that situation, the fielders need to get the sure out at first.
And the count is 2-1. And the pitch. Shortstop makes the catch.
Kite, this quick reaction allowed him to make the play on that line drive. Nice play.
At bat with a single, Mike Lowell. Just catches the corner for a strike.
He couldn't lay off that slider right on the corner for a swinging strike.
They check with the first base umpire.
Brutal win for the Giants today. They dropped from 6 to 19 in the draft order.
They check down at first.
But they could make the playoffs.
Strike 3 and he's gone.
Ooh. Dogs will get killed.
I think making the playoffs would be a good thing.
After 5.5,
For the
the Red
franchise.
Sox lead by a margin of
Because
5.
tomorrow night they could go back to being 6th again. Or at least 7th.
And the pitch. There's a strike.
A unity game?
Batter could not lay off the corner
Unity
strike. Nice
engine.
fastball there.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be a good place to escape to.
Davis takes inside for a ball.
Hates bubbles,
Sometimes you
conky.
try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
That's 4 strikeouts.
Jeez.
Up next, Mark Teixeira. This guy swings a decent bat, but he's probably not going to win any batting titles.
How are the Chargers 3-8?
Don't you say it, dude.
He fouled it off to the right.
Like, I feel like every week I see their highlights or scores or stats, and it's like they're playing good football, but they never
down
win.
on strikes.
Justin Herbert's having a really good year.
Rookie of the year.
I mean, yeah, he's a lock for Rookie of the Year.
The infield has to be on their toes when this guy digs in. In a fraction of a second, that's all he needs to beat out a throw.
Well, 7 of those 8 losses have been by 1 possession. I guess that'll do it.
He's tallied 7 wins and 8 losses this season.
2-2.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Oh, good to know about running.
3-2.
Hey, Zach. Yeah.
Yes,
He
but
comes up a little bit short.
One day I stole a pencil, but I returned it.
There's another single.
I'll get it.
Is that the biggest crime he ever committed?
Just letting you know.
It was on Free Pencil Day too.
Getting their bullpen ready.
Did you freak out and get out of town and start eating chocolate?
Get arrested for
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Ooh, Trevor Corey dog. Corey Trevor. I think he's gonna find a cake with a gun inside of it.
In 5th grade, we had a police cop come to the school and talk about how not to get arrested. And he said that you can get arrested by stealing a pencil.
I guess, yeah.
Great catch.
Great reaction to catch that ball.
Poorly packed parcel, Doug.
Oh, Bronson Arroyo, Greg Maddox.
After 6 innings, the score is 7-2.
I'll give him a gold glove.
Stepping in, Miguel Cabrera.
You know, I was really playing well, but ever since Coach gave me that gold glove, it's really hard to lift it.
Bottle?
Fastball tails outside for a ball.
In water.
The home plate ump asked for help at first.
Dog, why would he?
And how are they
open
going
it?
to search that?
The pitch is hit to left field. And he puts it away for the out. Base is empty with 1 out. Taken for a
Whoa.
ball.
Ooh.
The delivery.
Take it.
Koch with the 1-1 pitch. And there's a swing and a miss.
Pitcher said come and get it, but the batter could not find that slider.
Hit off his hands. In foul territory, makes the catch.
Dog, they act like every package that gets sent to prison has some sort of contraband in it. Like, oh yeah, every deodorant has a knife or drugs inside of it.
2 outs and the bases are empty.
Ooh, this guy's book has a gun inside of it.
Holmes lines it to center field. He's on with a 2-out single.
Looks like we have a file dog. Oh.
Shallow fly ball to right field. He's on first with a base hit. They're making a pitching change. They're calling for a reliever.
Found a clip of Wheel of Fortune where the clue was Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie. The person tried to guess it and they said Under Pressure by Queen and David Louis.
Jackson takes
They
low.
had the... What do they have up on the board? They had DA blank ID blank O blank IE.
And here's the delivery.
So they already had the D.
The count's 2-1.
Right, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes
So
they try to
yeah,
make a
well, she
hit
said
chase
David,
here.
but then
Exactly
with
what you
Louis
saw
instead
right
of Bowie.
Swing
Yeah,
and a
the
miss
blank
on the
O blank
splitter of the
IE
letters.
is what was on the board.
Down he goes on strikes. All right, everybody, up on their feet. Time for the 7th inning stretch.
Yeah, I could use a bit of a break.
Ready then.
He inside outs the pitch to the right side. Got him.
What week is the iRacing season in right now?
2 for 2.
11.
We're week 11.
Thank you, dog, and thank you, dog.
I'll tell you, partner, this pitcher's got to be careful with this guy. He's got great wheels. And
Was it last season they had an extra
double
week?
with ease.
Yeah.
That was a perfect pitch, partner, right on the edge of the strike zone. The batter swung right through it.
Eldora tomorrow.
Dog, are you gonna be there?
Count's
Yes,
1
I
and 2.
will.
You gonna wake up on
Sometimes
time?
you try to make the hit
Yep.
chase your
You take some aspirin?
exactly what you saw right there.
Probably.
Alright, dog. When I tune in at 9 o'clock, I wanna see the 54 car out there on the track. Otherwise, I'm gonna be heated. I'm gonna have an outburst, and I'm gonna react
It's
to
hit
it.
out towards short.
That's good.
For the out.
Fans react.
Zach, heated.
Who the fuck is this guy in the Blue Jays?
Remember, he's got to not let that one guy out.
Pitch taken for a ball.
I think his hometown is Rochester, New York.
You guys see they're gonna tear the Rogers Center down?
He goes with the pitch and takes it down the left side.
Apparently they want to build a new stadium on top of
He's
it.
on first with a base hit.
I don't think it's a concrete thing. It's on like the stadium database or something level right now.
Here's
the
a great
proposal.
idea. Literally build another stadium on top of it. Don't even tear it down.
Double-decker stadiums?
Yeah,
Play 2 games at once.
that's the future.
Then MLB playoff bubble would have appreciated that.
Dog, I think you should have checked to make sure there was no guys that hated each other in the group.
Your attention, please. Throwing of any materials in the direction of or onto the field is strictly forbidden and punishable by fine and imprisonment. Thank you for your cooperation.
I think these guys all hate Dennis McQuilly.
Bukvich sends it to left field.
I wonder, like, if they're gonna tear down the stadium, what that means for the hotel
2 innings
behind
left.
it.
The Blue Jays trail by 5. Next up, Jason Varitek.
Designated hitter. Jason Veritek.
How close is it to the stadium?
It's like built into the stadium, you know, in the outfield. That's a hotel out there.
I would assume that would
One
be
into
gone then.
shallow left field. It's a fair ball.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You'll probably see it.
Base hit to lead off the inning.
Can I see
Well,
it
let's
in
see
the
if that hit to open up the inning can really
Yeah.
fire up a rally.
Go to replay and, like, just look up in center field.
It's tough to tell.
It's above that.
Above the scoreboard.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's getting torn down too then.
1 out
Finally.
and no one out. Berkman lays
Dog, I
off
like how
outside
this
for a
prints in
ball.
this and in the
Right now, the
rescue.
defense should be thinking too.
Ooh.
The pitcher can really help out by throwing something low in the strike zone.
Marriott, I guess.
2-1 the count.
Very nice Marriott.
They ask the third base umpire.
Stadium
to swung.
view. That cost.
The count runs full. And he's down on strikes.
Now at the plate. The shortstop.
One down out here.
Behind in the count, 0-2.
I want city view. I want stadium view.
3 pitches, 3 strikes.
Hey, sometimes you make a good pitch, and that was one of them. Big strikeout there for him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is itchy.
Takes a pitch just off the plate, 1-0. He's batting .281 with 11 long balls and 48 runs batted in. Two balls and 1 strike.
Oh. Whoa.
Swings and misses.
Pitch said, come and get a big boy, but the batter could not touch that curveball.
Hit towards the shortstop.
Ooh.
That takes care of the side. After 7.5, Toronto trails by 5. Dejan takes his turn at bat. He's done for the day. The new pitcher, Ryan Dempster.
Just disappeared.
Oh,
0-2 the count. And the pitch taken for a
He
ball.
just lost respect.
He goes down swinging.
Hey, sometimes you make a good pitch, and that was one of them. Big strikeout there for him.
What?
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2.
That's just an ugly
how the hell did
swing.
he
That
start a
pitcher's
fire?
across the-
he just stands there. Oh, my problem.
Fastball inside.
Looked like the pitcher and catcher have a strategy in mind, but so far the batters are taking these pitches.
Davis is down on strike swinging.
Hey, sometimes you make a good pitch, and that was one of them. Big strikeout there for him.
Teixeira steps into the box.
Oh, getting a lot of cigarettes.
And a strike. A 3-pitch strikeout. With 1 inning left to play, the score is 7-2. Today's game is brought to you by EA Sports. EA Sports, it's in the game. A ball.
Looked like the pitcher and catcher have a strategy in mind, but so far the batters are taking these pitches.
The delivery.
Over a stadium view room at the Rogers Center Toronto Marriott Hotel, it's about $423 a night.
Pereira takes, and it's high for a ball.
City view is about a third of that.
That's walk number 5 allowed in this game.
What are the luxuries
I thought he was
there?
nibbling too much, and the umpire wasn't giving him a whole lot
I mean,
either.
it's just a nice hotel room. Like, it's really nice. And you have a whole window that looks out onto the
Pitcher and catcher
stadium.
have a strategy in mind, but so far the batters
Like
are
floor to
taking
ceiling size window.
Just missed.
Be like sitting in the third deck of center field.
So it's like a
He's
ticket to
batting
the game.
27
And
with 7 long balls
same
and
time.
49 RBIs.
Yeah, so you got like a bed and a TV and stuff in there.
The pitch is hit to right
Dog,
field.
everyone's watching him. I don't think it's good.
Puts it away for the out.
Get a nice pitch there to get the fly ball. Nice work.
1 on, 1 out. Swings and misses for a strike. Get on the line the other way.
Now plate. First baseman.
No swing. The ball is hit out towards third base. And he's out. After 8.5, the score is 7-2. This guy's really got great wheels. He can really mess up with a pitcher's game plan when he gets on. The delivery. That's in foul ground, but he should have room. In foul territory, makes the catch.
Ooh, 61% riot risk.
Here it comes.
Zero cuts.
1 ball to 1 strike. Hit towards the shortstop.
But we just watched 35 minutes of that.
The Toronto Blue Jays are down to their last out.
And now I'm going to bed because I have to work in the morning.
Strolls to the
That's right.
plate.
I'm going to bed as well.
Night dog and good night dog.
See all you gentlemen later. Wait, what inning is Tony?
Bases.
The bottom of the 9th, the 2 outs.
I'm gonna watch him win.
Spoiled a pitch foul. Pitch missed inside.
Finishing the demo of Prison Simulator.
Hit towards the shortstop.
Fishing North Atlantic, is that a simulator
And
too?
that ends the ball game.
Possibly.
Arroyo
Oh
picks
boy,
up the
tough
win.
play.
Halsey is the
Yay!
Boston
Red
7,
Sox
the
win.
Blue Jays.
Red Sox
Oh,
win.
Dempster.
Woo! Good night, Brad. Good night, Chief.
JP's already gone.
Right, Tony, congrats on the win and the tied for second in golf.
Thank you, sir. Good job tying you in second.
Thank you.
Are you gonna play another game?
I will play one more game.
And I will spectate one more game and then go to bed.
Sounds like a plan, sir. The Blue Jays are the division leader. Ooh! We're getting healthy.
Ooh, yeah, buddy.
Yay! I've got a tough decision to make.
Holmes is a hack. Take him out.
I think I'm going to take out Damon.
His contact against right-handers is actually pretty good. Well, both of them are good against right-handers.
It's tough. Mahomes is just playing better. His contact's good, but for some reason it's just not acting like it.
I'll transition him to catcher.
Well, I like Thomas Jackson.
Okay, put him at third base.
No. Kind of like the lineup we have because I can incorporate almost everybody into the lineup, either against lefties or righties, except
and DFA. DFA Manny Ramirez.
No. Yeah, okay. The sad thing is, Trot Nixon might have had his last ever at bat as a major leaguer because all our outfielders are healthy again. So that's going to be interesting. See if he ever comes back. Now I got to remember where Manny was in the lineup.
Lead off.
No. It's one of those days where you have suspensions ending, injuries ending, roster moves to make up for the suspensions ending and injuries ending.
What roster management's all about.
Yeah. Dude, we went from 10th to 5th because Manny came back in the roster rankings.
Like a playoff run.
Dude, we're gonna go ham. If we beat them again, I think we're 6.5 back.
The Red Sox are looking for their 6th straight win. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper with Mike Krutko, and again, it looks like a great evening for a ball game.
But it really does, Kuip, and I'm anxious to get this one started.
The starter, Ted Lilly. Tonight's game features the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Now at the plate, shortstop.
And the game's underway with that pitch. Lilly throws strike 2. One and 2 the count.
He was hoping the batter would
If the Browns go 4-1 in our last 5 games, we'll tie a franchise record for most wins in a season.
Partner, he gets ahead of him and never looks back. Sweet strikeout.
That'd be 11.
12.
The next batter is Mike Lowe.
Franchise record counting the old Browns.
The franchise record counting the Browns.
Oh, just the franchise record in general.
He's got 11 wins and 6 losses so far.
I mean, yeah, the Browns go back to 1946. Well, NFL Browns go back to 1940.
Back then they were going 11-1, you know?
Well, 1948 they went 14-0, but that was in the AAFC. I guess I don't think you really count that since they weren't in the NFL. But yeah, 10-4.
Gets the strike on the inside edge.
10-3-1.
Pitch misses for a ball. Outside.
He poured that fastball just out of the zone. Tough pitch to hit, but the batter didn't offer.
Unbelievable catch.
I think Brunson Arroyo has some competition.
Self-defense.
Oh boy.
And here's the home team starting lineup.
Correct.
Today's starter for the visiting team, Pedro Martinez. Let's take a look at the defense.
Dude, I hope Don Zimmer's not in the building.
But I love how every year Twitter wants to remind me, on this day in 1995, the Cleveland Browns fired Bill Belichick.
Really hurt you with balls up in the zone.
No. Bill Belichick was fired by the Ravens. Pick your facts.
Does it tell you that every day?
Nobody
Well, around that same time of year. Like, hey, on this day 28 years ago, on this day 27 years ago, it's like, no, stop. He was given assurances that he would become the Ravens' first head coach, but he was instead fired on February 14th, 96, 1 week after the move.
Strikes out the batter.
Sorry
gets
that
ahead of him
happened.
and never looks back. Sweet strikeout.
I'm sorry you got fired. And it's not like
Catches
Bill
the plate for a strike.
had a
He showed
decent
excellent
chance
command
of
with his
making them
fastball right there. A
succeed.
strike right on
But
the edge
just
of
the
the zone.
fact that they depleted the team around him and then fired him just makes it so bad. It wasn't his fault.
Oh, what a catch!
No.
Got a good jump
But
out there. Good speed, great
Browns
speed.
didn't
That's
fire
what
him.
affected him.
You kind of like, oh, the factory of sadness, the miserable Browns, they fired the best coach in NFL history. Like, no,
Towards the
shut up.
shortstop.
Stop.
They make the play.
They were
And
the
the
Ravens
Browns
by
fired.
week
No
6 of that
score
season.
here.
They were the Ravens as soon as that move was announced.
Here's a guy who hits
Raymond
left-handed
should
pitching fairly well.
remove from the NFL.
That's strike one.
The NFL handled it well, though. I mean, you couldn't
Lily
not have a team in Cleveland. I think the Browns are it'd be like the Lions. Just you can't just not have the Lions, even though they suck now. I mean, they're a classic NFL franchise.
Mahomes is the next hitter.
The only thing the NFL did poorly was they rushed the Browns back into Cleveland. 3 years was not enough time to get a staff and stadium built and all that. Well, that's why we were so bad the first couple of years.
Breaking ball at the knees for a strike.
It was enough to get Drew Carey hyped up.
Yeah, and do you see him in any of our games now? No.
Average of 274.
He's too busy doing the prices
Very
right.
tough line drives. That's one of the toughest
Yeah,
balls
whatever.
in
The
baseball
hell with his
to
Apple Jacks.
This righty has pretty decent success.
How much is this
against
box of
left-handed
Apple
pitching.
Jacks?
Kite hitters know that they can take this from
$1.50.
his left-hander as he
You
will
win.
walk guys.
A new car.
Lily misses again. The count is 2-0.
Dude, I'd love to be on that show.
I assume you saw Matt
2-1.
Patricia got fired, right?
Curveball right there, partner. He delivered it right
I didn't
where he wanted
see
to
it,
for a called strike.
but I read about it.
A
Well.
ball.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And
Their
he takes the
performance
walk.
has been lackluster.
Nothing positive
at
comes
best,
out of this
so.
guy nibbling. He's falling behind.
It's
he's
one of
falling
those
behind,
deals
finally
where the
walks
team's
guy.
talent is better than their
Left-handed pitchers
performance,
won't
and
be
you
worried
always
too
have
much
to
about
blame the
this year.
coach for that.
Yeah.
Lily delivers.
And I think Stafford is a much better quarterback
If you're a
than
guess hitter, you hate facing this guy. You find
Lions'
out
recent
this
track
creates
record
a lot of
indicates.
guesses.
I agree.
And I think they're running out of time. I mean, like his 13th season, something, 12th season.
No, it's like at least his 10th, maybe his 11th.
2-2 the count. Jackson yanks the pitch to left. The catch is made.
Kite, he didn't get all that ball. The fielder strolled over, got under it, made an easy play.
That's his 12th season this year.
Really?
Yeah, he was drafted in
This guy
09.
here is accustomed to frequent success against right-handed pitching.
It's like the entire 2010 season, though. He only played in 3 games.
He can make a hitter look silly with that big old curveball of his.
I think his best year was his second year, wasn't it?
2011,
He catches
5,038
the plate for a
yards,
strike.
41 touchdowns.
He showed excellent command with that pitch, a strike right on the edge of the zone.
A 3-pitch strikeout.
Hey, the pitcher wins the
Back
battle.
to Calvin
Sweet pitch
Johnson.
to get the catch.
Yeah.
Painted the corner. Great pitch.
Yeah, the problem with the Lions is they just can't close out games.
And batters own this guy with a season average.
So many
of
times they've
4.
had a lead and choked it away.
Spoiled the pitch. Foul.
Saints game when they were up 14-0 and then just completely collapsed.
Martinez misses with a fastball.
Like, I know 14 is not a big lead,
Sometimes
but
you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly
you up
what you saw
14-0
right there.
and then go into the half
With the
28-14.
curveball.
Partner, he gets ahead of him and never looks back.
Pretty bad.
Sweet strikeout.
Ground ball pulled down to the left side. Got him.
Firing Jim Caldwell was a massive mistake.
After 2, the game is scoreless.
I agree.
And I think hiring Matt Patricia just
Leadoff,
proves
Jason
that
Varitek.
one of the unfortunate cons of the Bill Belichick coaching tree is that it sucks. It's dead. It's dying. It's fallen over. There is no tree. We chopped it down. I don't think a single coordinator's come out of Bill Belichick's coaching tree has been any good.
Right on the edge of the zone.
You can count Mike Vrabel if you want, but I don't think he was ever part of his tree. He was just
He's a player. Yeah.
Ground ball pulled down to the left side. There's an out. Stepping in.
I mean, Bill Belichick's coaching tree includes Al Groh, Romeo Crennel, Nick Saban, Eric Mangini, Josh McDaniels, Jim Schwartz, Bill O'Brien, Matt Patricia, Brian Flores, and Joe Judge. Jury's still out on Brian Flores and Joe Judge, obviously, because they're so new. Matt Patricia sucked. Bill O'Brien just was a disaster.
This guy's more than
Jim Schwartz is
capable of
actually
throwing distance
decent.
every time he gets on
I think
the
Josh McDaniels is the most overrated coordinator in NFL history.
I don't think
Eric Mangini sucked.
I don't think
Nick
Bill
Saban sucked in the
O'Brien
NFL.
was
The catch to record
Well,
It just ended that way.
Bill O'Brien, the GM, was a disaster. And the collapse against the Chiefs last year was probably could have been enough to get him fired, but they decided to fire him after he trades their best player for nothing.
1-1.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
I think if I was the owner and they came to me and said, yeah, we're trading DeAndre Hopkins, I'd have been like, no, you're not.
Inside out's the pitch to the right side.
I'm ready. No, you ain't.
After 2
Fired.
no score here.
Nick Saban,
Bottom
terrible.
of the order.
Romeo Cornell, not good. I don't even know who Algro is.
Hit towards the shortstop. Got him.
Bill Belichick's only lost 89 games with the Patriots.
And another strike.
20
It's 0-2.
years.
Great pitch.
Won
on the fly. Would've been a close
242.
strike even if the batter didn't swing through it.
And we'll reset and do it again. Here's the
Watch him go
pitch.
9-7 and make the playoffs.
It's games
Big
like
slow.
today where you're like, maybe Bill does have something to do with it.
Or in the Ravens game,
He goes down on
Yeah.
strikes.
that was an ugly
Hunter
game.
gets ahead of him and never
Good
looks
one.
back. Sweet strike.
What's the rest of their schedule? The Chargers, that's a win. Rams, that should be a win. I'll circle the Dolphins game. That might be a good game. The Bills, I think, will be a loss. They'll definitely beat the Jets.
And the count.
That puts them at 9-7.
That would be something.
Could you imagine the Patriots and Bucks in the
Pitch is
Super
hit
Bowl?
the other
That
way
won't
to the
happen.
left side.
We're not good
No.
enough.
And neither is Tampa Bay.
Martinez
Sorry, but
retires
they're
the
not.
side in order.
Tampa Bay,
With
I
3
think, has a
innings played,
chance
the game
because
is
when they're
scoreless.
good, they're really good.
Next up, Mike
The Patriots, when they're good, they
Scott
barely
report
win.
on this guy
still.
says that he is extremely dangerous versus left-handed
So-
pitching.
I think the Bucks have a chance, but there's teams that are clearly better.
Lilly with the 0-1 offering.
Yeah, they'll get beat by the Saints. They'll get beat by the Packers. They lost to the Chiefs. Not that they're going to play them in the playoffs unless they get the Super Bowl. But they're not going to go that
That's a
far.
3-pitch strikeout.
We say that, but they said the same thing about the Patriots a few years ago, and then they won.
Oh, Tom Brady, the Belichick era is
Steps into the
over.
batter's
This is
box.
2016, and they're like,
With this guy hitting,
Okay,
the
watch
infielders
this.
should be on their toes. This guy's got some great wheels.
Taken for a ball.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
2 balls, 1 strike.
they've won the
Sometimes
Super
you
Bowl
try to
every
make the
other
hitter chase
year
your pitch. That's exactly what you
since
saw right
2014.
And that's a
So
strike
they won the
swing.
Super Bowl in 2018
there.
and
Said,
didn't.
"Come and get a big move,"
didn't win the
but
Super
batter
Bowl
did
last
not
year,
touch that
so-
curveball.
Hit towards second base.
But is that Tom
2
Brady's
out.
record or the Patriots?
Well, the problem with that is that a lot of Patriots players opted out this year. I mean, a lot of players opted out. And then Edelman had knee surgery, and Cam Newton's terrible. I don't care which way you cut it. He's terrible.
He is, but
Out
our
number
offense
3,
is
side retired.
really bad. We're
After
doing him
3.5,
favors.
no score here.
I think we have
The
the
top of
worst
the order will start the
offense in
inning.
football. I really do.
Yeah. That or the Bears.
Hooking line drive to left.
Bears offense is pretty bad.
I don't think we're the worst overall, but our passing
That's
is
not
the
an easy
worst.
play to make it off.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Davis comes to the
If I
plate.
didn't start Jacoby Myers, I'm
This
like,
guy can really get down the line. He's
Ah.
always a threat
Well,
to lay
think
down
about
front.
it. Jacoby Myers is a fourth-string wide receiver playing first.
yeah, I mean, losing Edelman certainly doesn't help.
Hits it foul.
We have no tight end. Ryan Izzo's a blocking tight end. He's the
Oh, is it?
number 1.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's just
everything's magnified now because the Patriots aren't winning like they used to, and rightfully so. They're pointing out that they really have not made good draft picks the last couple years, last few years, and they just do not have any weapons at all anymore.
Well, the funny thing is, last year we had Philip Dorsett, Antonio Brown, Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman.
Antonio Brown played a game.
Right, but there was a point where we looked like we had the best offense, and then they all died, and I don't know where Philip Dorsett is. He just disappeared.
Well, Josh Gordon ended up getting no, he got traded to Seattle.
And then we got Mohamed Sanu.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Philip Dorsett.
That was a perfect pitch, partner. Right on the edge of the strike zone. The
He
batter
might have
swung
opted
right
out.
through it.
Dorsett has been shifted to IR after undergoing surgery to remove bone spurs in his right foot and will be out of action for an undetermined length of time, November 2020.
Here's the pitch.
What's this? Okay, he signed with the Seahawks.
With 5 innings left to play,
Harold says Philip Dorsett not doing good.
Next up.
Not well.
Oh, man. It's
Not
a shame.
ready to return anytime soon.
It's a shame. He'd be our clear number one right
Sometimes
now.
you try to make.
Well, he's with Seattle now, anyway.
Exactly what you saw right there.
But yeah.
Hit towards first base. 1 out. One ball, 1 strike.
They're going to have to do something out there. Some of these pitches ain't even close.
Line drive, base hit.
Ooh, Best Buy is running a deal right now. You can get a Hisense 4K 85-inch TV for $1,000.
Yay.
Every pixel of your 2005 baseball game. God, 85-inch. Holy shit, that'd be huge.
He goes out to right.
I kind of want one though.
He's on with a single.
Got a good pitch to hit.
How much
right
shipping
there. Put it
is?
in the outfield for a single.
5-inch TV. That'd be like freight shipping. Ain't gonna be put in no mailbox. Free delivery?
Hey,
Holy shit!
If SpongeBob can fit in the mailbox, then a TV can certainly
Next
fit
at
in
the
the
plate,
mailbox.
Jason Varitek. Misses outside. Ground ball hit down the left side.
The weird thing about TVs is they're all
stranded in scoring position.
joking.
Tried that double play was smooth as silk, just like they practiced.
Anyway.
After 4.5, no score here.
The thing about TVs that's weird is like 50-inch, 40-inch, 55-inch TVs are all relatively the same price. And then you start going up 10 inches and they like triple in price. Like a 65-inch is $250.
Would have been a called strike even if the batter didn't swing through.
A 75-inch
That's a pop-up.
is $599, and then the 85-inch is
Puts it away
$1,000.
for the out.
That is interesting.
Hey, this guy at the plate can flat out fly.
You're like, is it worth $600 for 10 extra inches of screen? I mean, at that point,
Curveball striking
make
the
that
knees and
argument.
on the outside corner.
I mean, obviously, if you're buying an 85-inch TV, you're obviously buying it for
Three
like
pitches,
a
3 strikes.
home theater of
Three
some
pitches,
kind.
3 strike, doesn't get any easier than that, partner.
They unbox your 85-inch TV. Oh yeah, that's definitely a 2-man job.
Chases one low and misses for a strike.
Hey man, you want to come over and help me take my
That was a
TV out of the
perfect
box?
pitch, partner, right on the edge of the strike zone. The
Sure.
batter swung right through it.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Outstanding fastball.
Oh,
Through
you like
strike zone.
pull out the
Batter had
styrofoam
no
inserts
chance.
and like have to set the TV up onto it to install the feet
Pitch
so it can
taken
stand
for a
up.
ball. 2-2 count.
They're going to have to do
This
something.
thing is
Some of these pitches
5.5 feet
close.
across.
And the pitch. Payoff pitch coming. A tremendous running catch. With 4 innings left, the game is scoreless. Up next, Manny Ramirez.
Left field, Manny Ramirez.
That's kind of part of the reason I wish football broadcasts would zoom the camera way out for people with huge screens like that, because obviously they could see everything. Honestly, it's kind of hard to watch football when you only see the line of scrimmage. It's like,
Some of these pitches ain't even
okay, we're
close.
just going to stare at the quarterback dance around in the pocket and just chuck it deep, but you have no idea what's down there. Is it a player? Is it a ref? Open field?
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Full count here.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
That's 3 strikeouts.
Hey, Kai, he was able to get ahead in the count, and batter never caught up. Good strikeout.
Dirksen comes to the plate.
Was your vacation over, or?
Tomorrow is my last day.
Ooh. They were doing the extravaganza on Tuesday.
Yes, for the championship.
I'm gonna win, right?
He goes with the
Yeah,
pitch,
you
and
still
it's
got
a
a
fly
chance
ball
if
to
you
right.
Kill everybody.
He
I
reaches
finish
with a
first and
single.
everybody else finishes 40th, 41st, 42nd.
They'll have to finish like 80th at least.
Well, I mean, that's assuming they pass
The runner at first
post-race
is going.
inspection.
Not in time.
Correct.
Well, there's a perfect example of a pitcher forgetting all about that base runner. He got a big lead and stole it easily.
200-point penalty.
Take slow.
Broken car.
He's on with a single.
Well, that was well placed. Wasn't hit hard by any means, but it dropped in for a base hit. That's all you got to do.
Like most righties, he loves facing off against left-handed pitching. And they open the scoring with that run. That's an RBI single.
I think this guy's just about at the end of his rope. It could be time for a move to the bullpen.
Man, so it's raining outside tonight, then it's gonna freeze tomorrow morning and then snow. That sounds like an absolutely miserable day.
On the ground,
That's going to
cuts
be a
it
rough
off.
day tomorrow.
That's why I went grocery shopping at 8 o'clock tonight. After I got back from home.
Just like they practice it, big boy.
That's why it's important to watch the
Going
weather
into the bottom
report
of the
for the
sixth.
next
The
day.
score is 1-0.
Yes, and then Tuesday it's supposed to snow again as well.
Dejan will hit next. That will fall in for a base hit. Good start to the inning. A leadoff single. The Blue Jays have called down to the pen to get a right-hander warming up. Here's a guy who's been known to struggle at times against right-handed pitching. He squared around a bunt but didn't offer.
Infield's got to think about playing a double play depth right now.
Any iRacing lately?
Yeah, I did 4 Indy
If that's his best effort in a sack
IndyCar
bunt,
races.
then I suggest he
I
swing
did
it.
good in 2. I got wrecked in 2. Then I did a national at forget what track. I got a decent finish in that. That's the first 5 races I've done in like 4 months.
I haven't talked about it at all recently.
That's 8 strikeouts.
Have you done
Oh,
any
that's an ugly
recently?
swing. Easy.
No, my subscription lapsed like
Fitz
May
makes his way to the plate.
31st or something. And I'm like, I'm not going to resub. I don't feel like
They
it right
appeal to
now.
the
And
third base ump.
yeah, here we are, November 30th.
You gonna do the
But-
Black Friday deal?
Yeah. Yeah, because I have that deal, and then they sent me a $5 3-month
That
code
was foul,
to
but it looks like there's
reactivate
some
my
room.
account, so I'll probably just do both of them. $5 for 3 months, that's a gimme.
Great defense.
I would just do the 3-month deal, but I don't know if I'm going to be interested in it or not by March, so I'll just go ahead and renew and at least leave myself the option. Because they never do sales anymore. Like, Black Friday is the only sale they do. It kind of sucks.
They have no
Perfect pitch,
reason
partner.
to
Right
because
on
they've
the
gotten
edge of
so
strike
many
zone.
new
The batter
people
swung right through it.
in the last
Yeah.
year.
And the new people always have great sales.
The delivery.
Half off all subscriptions,
Fastball in tight
plus
for a ball.
access to this car and this track, and it's like, oh. Okay, let's go fuck myself. I mean, they used to do like the 75 for 100. I'd do that. Buy a bunch of tracks and stuff. I remember back when they used to do that, they didn't charge tax. They did
There's
like,
a foul
Black
off the
Friday was
pitcher.
like 50% off. Like, damn.
Down he goes.
If I'd have known
on
that then, I
strike.
would have resubbed for like 10 years. Not really, but
With 3 innings left to play, the score
It's annoying.
is 1-0.
I really wonder though, like, what the percentage is for new members resubbing after their initial sub runs out. I imagine it's pretty low. Especially all the people that signed up during the pandemic and didn't
He
come
goes
back.
the other way. Gathers
They were
it
like-
with his glove.
I mean, it was insane the number of people that were on here in
Hey,
April.
every day can't be Christmas. This guy needs
I'm
to
sure
head
they're
back
still
to the
making a
dugout,
pretty
keep
good
on trying
profit
next time he gets out
with
there.
half off.
The corners are playing the lines.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with all the content they've been putting out and will be putting out. We've got several cars and tracks coming out in the new build. Supposedly we're getting new dirt mods, new dirt track,
Sends
Long
a
Beach,
shallow fly ball
Coca-Cola
to the right
Speedway
side.
supposedly. That's gonna be crazy.
I hope they make the high
Everything to get that
better,
ball and make the catch.
Yeah.
so it's actually 2x2 racing.
I can't wait to run Legends.
At Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Maxed out at 105. This article says they had 50,000 new members in April.
Here's the pitch. Here it comes. Lilly with a 1-2-3 inning.
Black Friday this year's 25, last year was 25. Black Friday 2018 was 30% off.
Time now for the 7th inning stretch. Didn't you sing recently at Wrigley Field?
Oh, I sure did. When I was in the league, I could pitch in front of 50,000 people, but that was like throwing in my backyard. Singing the Take Me Out to the Ball Game at Wrigley, I was scared to death.
I know my membership lapsed a couple times. They sent me 30% off renewal for a year. Twice, I think they did that once for 30%, and again was 25%. This past one was just $5 for 3 months.
On the ground. They got him. Teixeira steps into the batter's box. Takes low. He's hitting .323 with 20 home runs and 74 runs batted in. Ramirez slips it away.
He didn't get all that ball. The fielder strolled over, got under it, made an easy play.
The pitch is pulled out to the left side. They got him.
Man, they upped their prices in 2016. They upped the monthly subscription by $12.
Stepping
For the
in,
year.
Jason Varitek. 0-1. On the ground, that's in the hole, a base hit. Good start to the inning, the leadoff single. Next up, Manny Ramirez.
Part of this would be a great time to lay one down and move that runner over.
Out of the zone, that's a ball. It's hit up the middle. That's a single.
Hey, Kai, good work there to get the runner in a scoring position.
This is a switch hitter who is better from the left side of the plate. Dirksen takes, and it's ball one. He swiped 30 bases. 1-1 count. He sends it back up the middle.
Kike's quick reaction allowed him to make the play on that line drive. Nice play. If the hit goes to right field, they may not want to run. The right fielder's got a cannon for an arm.
Swing and a miss. Liner, the catch is made. Stepping in.
Are you going to try and run the 24 hours a Daytona this year?
Probably not.
First pitch.
12 hours of Sebring?
Probably not.
One
But
ball,
possibly.
He swiped 16 bases.
I don't know if I want to go through
And
that
tight.
again. I didn't even drive and I was tired.
JB and one of my friends from school did one of the 12 hours of Sebring this year. And we elected to do the what was it, like the 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. race or some dumb shit. So I'm like out there my last in at 3 in the morning and JB's running his last in at 5.
Yeah, I was there for it.
Oh yeah, you were.
I watched JP at the end. He didn't want to do it anymore. And like, I don't blame you, but keep going.
Well, we did really good. We would have finished really good if I didn't get cleaned out my first stint, but persevered. I mean, we finished 6th out of the second split. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, everybody died the first corner, first lap, and we got through it. But I mean, 6th, second split. That's beautiful.
Good start to
Oh,
the leadoff single. The Blue
an error on the
Jays
entire
have
infield.
runners up in the bullpen.
No, just finishing and being halfway out of the people who finished is really good.
The Red Sox turn it over.
Well, we did
to
really
10.
good too, because
They're going to the bullpen.
we made the pit call right at the end to not take tires and leapfrog the guy from 7th to 6th, and damn, that's pretty cool.
Having pit strategy actually mattered.
Well, yeah, we had taken tires the whole time, and the last run, I'm like, JB, you only need like half a tank of gas.
Swing and a miss on the pitch on the
And
corner.
in the Ford GT, it takes forever to change tires. I'm like, well, let's just not take tires.
And on 3 pitches.
Try a strategy we haven't tried all
3 pitches, 3
night.
strike. Doesn't get easier than that, partner.
How did the car handle?
Fine. We're up far enough on the car behind us that unless we wrecked it, JB wrecked it, they had no chance of catching us.
Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat.
Because there was only like
Out!
I think there was only 30 minutes left in the whole race, our last pit stop. That's why I was like, you don't need that much fuel to get to the end. Good double play. No, good single play.
The next batter is Vernon Wells.
Vernon Wells pinch hitting.
Left-handed pitching pretty well.
God.
Yanked to the left
Saving
side.
their best.
Got him. With 8
Incomparable
innings played,
Vernon
the Red Sox
Wells.
lead by 1.
Ooh.
I'm really happy with
Here
the
we
pitching
go. This is what it's all about,
Probably
big
the best
boy.
all year.
Yeah, two-hit game will do that for you.
Sometimes Pedro, he'll have a really bad game, but when he's on, he is on.
These are the games that scare me, though. You're like, oh, I'm having a great game pitching, but you're only up 1-0, so it's like
Take slow.
a couple hits and it's all worthless.
It's tough because Ted
Takes a
Lilly's
sailing
pitching,
fastball.
and his speed is so slow that you can't get power, so you just have to get singles, and hopefully the singles turn into a run.
Whoa, hold on a minute. Ted Lilly's name is Theodore Roosevelt Lilly III?
Nice.
What?
And he takes
Oh
the
my
walk.
God.
Kai, it looks to me like he pitched around him.
Yeah, I thought he pitched for the Cubs.
Oh, it's too bad he walks this guy. I mean, he just lets him get away.
And the Yankees.
Pitched very well for the Cubs. 9 in 2008.
Mahomes
I
gets
know
ahead
him best
1 ball
from
and
the
no strikes.
Athletics.
Kai, stealing bags is like a game of chess. It's about timing and outmaneuvering your opponent. Let's see if this runner tries to go for it.
Not there long.
And here's
You're
the
in
pitch.
5 games.
The 1-2 offering.
He was there the year they
2
had
balls,
Hudson,
2 strike count.
Zito, and what's his face? Mulder.
Yeah.
And I remember him being the fourth
It's a
guy.
full count.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
He's called out on strikes.
Yeah, the 0-2, 0-3 A's are probably two of the better teams not to
And then he digs deep,
really go
straight pitches and
anywhere in the
gets the strike.
playoffs.
The Blue Jays bring in a new pitcher. Here comes a new pitcher.
Yeah, well, you saw one of the series with the Johnny Damon head injury. Yeah. They were ahead 2-0 and then blew it.
Ted Lilly had his nerve endings in his neck cauterized after the 2013 season attempt to stem the pain that had bothered him throughout his season, and joined the Venezuelan Winter League to try and show other teams he could play, where persistent health problems led him to announce his retirement in November of 2013. On the Hall of Fame ballot in 2019, but
Fastball
less than
missed away
5% of the
for a
vote.
ball. Out of the zone, that's a ball. They appeal to the first base ump.
Oh,
Down he goes on strikes.
What?
I barely tapped it.
That's the thing with the show. Like, different players have different plate discipline ratings, so if I just tap it, some players like always check their swing, and some just like swing for the fences. I'm like, I barely touched it, and he's out there like, "Grr."
It's the same thing.
Takes
in this
a tailing
game.
fastball.
They have the
Is
same
it?
rating.
Sometimes you try to make the hitter chase your pitch. That's exactly what you saw right there.
Yeah, I get bailed out by having a good roster in a lot of situations. Next season for the virtual Indians is going to be interesting. I have like a $230 million payroll,
Got the pitcher for one thinks the ump missed the
and I'm
ball.
probably
I
going
think
to not be able to sustain that more than this season, because I kind of cheated the system.
Terrific at bat.
It wouldn't let me re-sign anybody, but it let me re-sign arbitration players, so half my roster went to arbitration, and I re-signed all of them. They're like, oh, you don't have enough money to sign this player, and then arbitration hits. And I'm like, yeah,
Throw to
sure.
the cutoff man.
Yeah, get 2.
A run
I get
crosses
3.
the plate.
You better send
With
him.
that 2 out
There you
hit,
go.
He brings a runner home.
So you need to win now.
Jackson got that run
Because in
home
the
and he ended
future
up
you'll
in
be
scoring position
screwed.
himself. Now that's nice hitting right there.
Yeah, a little bit. I thinned my prospects a bit, too.
The Blue Jays have activated the bullpen. Next at the plate, Jason Varitek. This switch hitter has better power numbers from the left side of the plate.
that was
They're going to bring the lefty
a
off
very
the bench
big
to face
insurance
the
run.
right-handed thrower. Taking over
better.
at DH, Lance
Yes.
Berkman. Pitch misses. Taken for a ball.
Not a big difference between 5 and 6 and 4 and 5, but 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, there's a huge difference.
3 balls, no strikes.
Now the first man up suddenly isn't the tying run.
Walk number 3 given up in the ball game.
Oh, partner, that's a terrible time to be walking hitters.
Stepping in 1 for 3, Manny Ramirez. Get on the ground the other way. They got him at first. Going into the bottom of the ninth, the Blue Jays trail by only 2 runs.
I'm just thankful I was
The
disciplined
Blue
enough to
Jays
wait for
will
it.
send up a pinch hitter.
Yeah.
Bringing in the righty right here is a good move because right-handed hitters can have trouble picking up his breaking pitches.
And be sure to join us for our upcoming
The Red
Italian
Sox
food
are making a change on
hosted by
defense.
Paolo's
Here's the
Italian
new center
restaurant.
fielder, Johnny Damon.
If you're hungry and searching for career soccer,
Misses outside. Missed the fastball down around the knees. Folk with the 1-2 pitch. White lays off the ball and it's 2-2. And here's the delivery. The count is full. That's the pitcher's 4th walk of the game.
Walks always seem to come around to hurt you. He falls behind the batter and just never gets back into the at-bat. They need to get a run right here. To do so, they might want to give up an out.
Takes low.
Having that trouble where it's a new pitcher and they have a new meter.
Yes. Yeah. Very hesitant to sub guys sometimes because I'm in a rhythm with them.
2 balls and no strikes.
Get a new pitcher in there, I'm like, oh, he's really good, but his meter's different, so it's like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. That's why I like how the show lets you do some warm-up pitches.
Pulls it foul.
Those situations, I'll use all of them.
You'll have a chance to tie the game when he steps in. Strike 3 sends him back to the dugout with nothing to show for that AB.
Ooh, this guy's had a rough day, man. That strikeout just gave him the hat trick.
Davis up next. Runner on first with 1 out. 0-1 the count. Cuts it off. He goes into second hard, and that's the ball game.
Yeah.
Woo!
Martinez
That feels good.
is the winner. Lilly is saddled with the loss.
2 on the division leader.
Keith Folk closes it out for the
Yeah, I think
save.
we're 6.5 back.
The final score, Boston 2, the Blue Jays 0.
Yeah, it's nice to get all your players back and your pitching's real good. And everything's working out so far.
Patriots 8-2.
Yeah. He was hurt for part of the year,
Yeah.
so he doesn't have a lot of decisions. That was good. I like having a bad offensive effort and pitching just takes over.
Those are the games that you need.
Yeah. Dude, they've almost all been close wins too. 6-5, 3-1, 3-1, and 2-0.
Come a long way from losing 15-4, 9-6, 10-5.
When I lost 15-4, that was the low point. It was like, okay, we're done.
We suck.
It's over. Then
Well, you've won at 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 of your last 12.
yeah. Well, when we played the White Sox, I'm like, these guys really stink. We're gonna sweep them. And then we actually did, and I'm like, oh, okay.
And then you swept the Blue Jays.
Which we're
And
leading.
now you play the White Sox again.
And then we're playing the Blue Jays again. So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, this season's come back alive. Pretty happy about that.
What happens when you have able-bodied players?
Yeah. Ooh. And this guy's having a great season.
No, I mean, yeah, but no.
Yes.
Uh.
ERA, yes. Wins and losses, no.
Well, yikes.
Dude. And we have a... Dude, look at this! Team chemistry and manager.
D-?
Wow!
Whoa!
New world record.
I went home from school, I got a C!
Wee!
Yeah!
Nice. Dude, I don't think anyone has a win this season. Jesus Christ. He's on the same team.
What, is that your...
No,
Is that?
This is the Barons, the Birmingham Barons. There's a guy that's 0-7 and a guy that's 0-8. Let me look at their record.
0-40.
What? No, it's the second half, but still.
Yikes. But they have a winning record?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They have a guy that's 17-2. Lord. I need to get this guy. That's what I like about baseball. You have these interesting statistics that make no sense, but they happen.
But yeah, we have 2 pitchers that are combined 0 and 15, or 28-25.
And then
So without these 2 bums, we'd be 28 and 15, 28 and 10.
And both of them have good ERAs too. It's so weird. Alright. I'm going to head to bed. I will see you later, Mr. Zach.
Sounds good, sir. Good wins.
Thank you, sir. It's nice to be a winner again.
Yes, hopefully I will feel the same after tomorrow night.
I will take your 58% chance of losing and roll with it, sir.
Yes.
Later.
Later.
Disconnected.